Greetings and welcome to Stunt Hangar Video Hangouts. My name is Charles Carter and I'll be your host this evening. And I want to extend to you my gratitude for you watching Stunt Hangar Video Hangouts. If you're watching this as a replay, I want you to know that I host these YouTube live streams every Monday and Friday evening, starting at 6:45 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So please make a note of this so you can watch and be part of the live stream. Plus, we have an after party following the live stream, which is sometimes better than the live stream portion. You must be a registered Stunt Hangar Forum member to find the link to be part of the live stream and the following after party. Here at Stunt Hangar Video Hangouts, we talk about building and flying model airplanes, sport flying, competition flying, and what you've been doing lately. To join our conversation, if you are already a member of Stunt Hangar Forum, you can find the link if you scroll down to the section called At the Bench. Now, if you're not a member of Stunt Hangar Forum, or if you're not logged into Stunt Hangar Forum, the At the Bench link will not appear. So if you're not a member, please register at stunthangar.com/SMF. That's stunthangar.com/SMF. That's Smart Men Flying. That's courtesy of Jeff Riley. You must place a space between your real first and last name when you register. You must also use a valid email address or Sparky. The proprietor of Stunt Hangar will not approve you. Now, if you're inclined to not come in and just enjoy watching this on YouTube, wonderful, fantastic. You can get your questions or comments over here at the chat box right over here. I'll do my best to make your comments or questions a part of the show and understand sometimes I can't get a word in myself, so be patient. And I will ask our illustrious panel your question or state your comments. And by the way, you only can do this during a live stream. So like I said earlier, I host these YouTube live streams every Monday and Friday evening, starting at 6:45 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. If you find the Stunt Hangar Video Hangouts that I host, or the many building videos, the contest coverage videos that Sparky does on this platform, informative and enjoyable, please hit the thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. Subscribe, share, and comments help the Stunt Hangar YouTube channel grow. Please consider joining Stunt Hangar's YouTube channel memberships, which start at just $4.99 a month, which is less than 17 cents a day. And by the way, I'm a member. I have the $4.99 come out of my own checking account each and every month. I don't miss it, and I suspect you won't miss it either. Plus, you'll be supporting your hobby. Hopefully you feel passionate about it. It's an important thing in your life like it is for me, and you want to partner up with us and help support us. So please do that. Now, if you don't want to do the monthly subscription, now, by the way, that $4.99, that's the low tier. There's two other tiers above that. But if you want to do that, just do the super chats, which is right over here below the chat box over here. And if you're doing this, if you're watching a replay, then that goes away, and then look for what's called the super thanks. And that way you can donate there, and then you can donate any amount you like. Hopefully you see the value and you make a decision on the amount you donate based upon what you receive. And I hope that you are receiving a lot of great information that can help you with your hobby. And we have some pretty talented people on our show. Matter of fact, Sparky is a real prolific builder. He's building planes all the time, almost incessantly. He's building planes. So to me, it's a steal at $4.99 a month. And so please support us. Now, if you have any comments or questions for the show, the best way to reach me is to go to my YouTube channel, which is called Flying Control Line Stunt. Let me repeat that. Flying Control Line Stunt. If you locate that YouTube channel, you can find the 2019 AMA National Championship video, which is a video that Sparky shot with his video camera of me flying his beautiful and light Junar XL. It was orange back then, and now it's white with orange trim. One of his best flying planes. That's like the gold standard. Of all the planes he builds, he's always comparing it to that one and always trying to improve upon that. So it's a really good flying plane. You can watch me do the stunt pattern there at the Nationals. It was kind of a bucket list thing for me, and to have a beautiful plane there on top was like the whipped cream on top. It was great. So I want to thank you for your past, your present, and future support you are making it happen. Please keep the conversations family room friendly. In other words, please don't use words to do things you wouldn't say or do around your own children or grandchildren. Without any further ado, I'm now going to post the link at the Stunt Hangar forum. Let me make my way there now, and then we'll get this show going. And the link is posted. It's called Stunt Hangar Video Hangouts Friday, January 5th, 2024. And now let me make my way to what I call the control panel. And let me get this going here. Hope everybody had a good week and had a chance to work in their shop or go flying. And I went flying today, but I think I mentioned it last time. I probably did mention it several times. I'm suffering with a little bit of vertigo to the point where I went out to the flying circle today, and I wasn't. I just kind of holding the handle, spinning around, and I started feeling just on the edge of getting losing my balance, and I just didn't think it was worth a chance of crashing my planes. I took out a Talon, I think it's Jim Kostecki design, um, and I didn't want to crash that plane or any of my planes. Really, I don't like crashing planes. And when I get dizzy, I almost fall. I mean, I usually when I've caught myself at home, I usually end up hanging onto a door jamb or something to catch myself or a rail to keep from falling. So I just can't be out in the center of the circle and someone can help me because already be face planted, I believe. And let me just do one last thing here, and I'll be ready. I see I have some people in the gallery. I'll be right with you. Let me see here. Let me just fix this real quick. And let's see here. One more thing here. All right, great. And I'll be cooking with gas. And I see we have Dennis Adamison in the gallery. He also is in the chat box. He's a member of our YouTube channel, and he delivered it with a like. Thank you, Dennis. Appreciate that. And then Daniel Berry Sports Highlights says, yo, thank you, Daniel Berry Sports Highlights. That gets my mouth all lubricated and ready to have a conversation with my friends here. First one in was Caffeine. Hey, Caffeine, how you doing?
Doing good.
All right. You been doing any flying or building?
Yeah, I I've been doing the P40. Uh, I did the gluing for the hinges and the wire joiner on flaps and elevators. So I also uh I also did coat my engine area. The engine mounting with the epoxy
Oh,
to
good
fuel,
idea.
and then yeah, next will be dry fitting the wing and the stab, because I have to score the lines. Yeah, I have to take out some modo coat in order to have more the glue to be more, to have wood and wood for the gluing.
You have to remove the covering?
Yeah, because
Okay.
the
Yeah,
center
right.
covered.
You want to remove the covering for sure. So you have a wood to wood glue joint. Excellent. How did the hinges come out? I know you got a lot of advice from Lynn Burrell and Dennis Adamison and myself and probably others. I saw you had a question on the forum as well. So how did the gluing come out?
Uh it went well. So I did one side at a time. So but on the flaps and the elevator, I just do uh um flaps and then wire joiner all at once, as well as with the elevator. So it's two process. It's the hinges go to the wing and the stab, and then I will slide in the flaps, the flap assembly and elevator assembly. You know.
Very good. I understand. I understand. Very good.
hmm
Very good. Very good. Let me see here. I think Dennis came in after you, Caffeine. Hey, Dennis, thanks for coming in. How are you doing?
I'm doing real well, real well. Not much modeling this week. We're getting ready to host the family Christmas party tomorrow. The only time we could get everybody together was after the holiday, so
Yeah, it
we haven't even
happens.
had a chance to take our Christmas decorations down because we wanted the house decorated and all, but we still had expecting 40 people tomorrow, so going to have a
Wow.
house full and kind of curtails the modeling, shall we say.
Yeah,
And of course,
absolutely.
immediately
That's
after that, we'll be taking down Christmas decorations and stuff for a few days. And I'll notice how many days that it takes because I just got my new calendar from Mr. Gary Sinclair. Thank you very much.
all right.
So
Fantastic.
I can certainly mark time. Ah, he's not there right now. Didn't
He
even hear me
walked
say
around.
that.
I think
Oh
he's getting
well.
some popcorn. He's getting the snack of Stunt Hangar Video
Snack of
Hangouts.
champions. So
Yeah, that's
all
great.
right.
That's great. You guys are all coming in just like popcorn. I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Yeah. By the way, I did do something modeling related. I sent in my entry to the VSC. So
Oh,
in
Mm-hmm.
March.
great. Oh, fantastic. Matter of fact, I need to get my entry in for the Southwestern Regionals. Hope I'm not too late. I've been
Boy, you better get it. It's
yeah,
yeah.
not for VSC, but for the Southwestern Regionals. I'm
You need to
undecided
go to
about.
VSC too.
Hmm?
Yeah, I don't know if I can afford to do both of them.
I understand
Well,
that theory.
And I
would you
like
rather
flying.
have a happy heart or a heavy or a full wallet, right?
Yeah, I know, but I'm really into Pampa and not so much into classic at,
Hmm.
at,
Yeah,
at this point. I
that's
mean, maybe later on when I'm flying really well and in advance or expert, maybe I'll focus more on classic. But right now, my thrust of my enthusiasm and focus is on the Pampa. You know,
hmm.
trying to find the best plane I can fly, as opposed to classic. I have to be trying to find the best classic plane I can fly. But
Well,
it's
it's hard
quite
to beat an SV11. You've already got that.
yeah. Well, that June RXL I flew was pretty good.
You can fly
Well,
the
that's
SV11 on Saturday at VSC. Oh wait, no, they don't fly Nostalgia 30. They fly Super 70s. Never mind. So
Yeah, that's another thing. If out here, yeah, I don't know what's wrong, but it's hard to find Nostalgia 30. So it's
yeah, it's been a funny thing. It never seemed to catch on in the West Coast at all, as near as I can tell. And you come right down to it, really hasn't caught on around here either. We've had a lot of Nostalgia 30 contests with very soft entries, and it really hasn't grown any.
yeah,
So considering a new tack, shall we say, and
and it's a
possibly a Super
lot of good
70s or something
Nostalgia
like
30
that.
airplanes. I mean,
Mhm.
like the Impact, that's a very good plane.
Yeah, I think what's happened with Super 70s is a lot of the airplanes that were flying, front line, uh, are now Nostalgia 30 legal, but there's no nostalgia in flying an airplane you fly every day, I guess. I don't know. And there really hasn't been a lot of, huge progression or anything like that. Certainly modern airplanes fly well, but the airplanes as late as 30 years ago, there's uh, kind of plateaued. We haven't seen an awful lot. So I think the classics do well because they're still more interesting to look at. There's
Yeah.
just there's just a lot of eye candy from that era that somehow didn't translate when the airplanes got bigger. I don't know, editorial opinion, I guess.
Yeah, I really
it's
like
like
the
the music.
classic planes.
It's like
Go ahead,
music.
Bill.
The best music's from the '60s and '70s. Some of the
Hmm.
best airplanes of the '60s and '70s. But it's hard to believe that you're talking about a 30-year-old design. I mean, I know it is, but it's hard to believe you're talking about a 30-year-old design when you're talking about Stiletto 660,
Hmm.
Impact, SV11. Oh man, it just has it really been that long? I mean, I remember when
Stiletto
Randy brought out the
660
first
is
SV11.
what, 1970. Oh,
660 would be
1980.
74.
Yeah, 1980. So
And the Viper is Nostalgia 32.
No, 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 64. I'm sorry, 64. I mean, 74 was the 700. It was 75. He brought the 660 because he brought it to
yeah.
Winston-Salem to the 4A. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, Charles.
Sorry,
And
let me get to I think the next person was Gary Sinclair, who's not at a seat at the moment, and then it was Stuart and then Sparky. Hey Stuart, thanks for coming in. I appreciate it. How you doing?
Good, you?
Doing well. You get your shop done?
Yeah, I'm still piddling away. I'm trying to get a couple of more little cabinets to put on the wall and stuff, and then I'm actually starting back into doing some work. I'm working on the Nobler ARF, so I've just got started.
Oh, great. A nobler ARF, huh? Are you gonna remove the covering or just keep it with that secret color blue, whatever it is?
I'm gonna probably leave it in the blue for now. I don't know. And I just want something extra to fly. That's the main thing for me right now. Have a few extras. You know, I dork a lot of them. Get better
Well,
though.
Yeah, recover it when you break the covering. That's all right. So
Well, you
So
can get that covering. I got some repaired mine.
oh,
It's
what color is
available.
that covering? I forgot what it.
Oh, I'll go get the roll and take a look at it.
Oh,
I
that's
forgot what
okay.
it's called.
That's okay. I know when I had my Nobler ARF, I did have the coverings. I sought that out. I did a lot of mods to mine. So I needed the covering. So I had it, but I don't know. It escapes me what the color is.
I think it was Monaco Royal Blue.
That sounds right.
Yeah, it wasn't the Navy, or Insignia or something. They had a color called Royal Blue that was a lighter shade. And I'm pretty sure that was the color. But yeah, it was an off-the-shelf Monaco color, so it was easy to match and all that.
Mm-hmm.
Only trouble is now they discontinued Monaco, so matching the color could be a bit problematic. But
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let me
I
get
guess you got a
Sparky.
stash of it someplace. So
I'm so sorry. I must have had some caffeine I'm not aware of. Like jumping all over everybody. So Sparky, tell me what's been happening with you.
Yeah, I've been sick, as you guys know. I took
Yeah.
a couple of days off. Everything I did while I was sick on the airplane was wrong.
Ah,
Everything. I here's the new beam. They look the same, but they're not. There's difference between the two, and there's some width difference. I measured wrong on this. You see, this one here is this one here. The first one I made is a 1/4 inch thicker at the root than this one. This would have
Hmm.
never worked. I'd have had a pattern master wing with that. And I cut cut my tips. Woo, and I cut all 70 ribs today.
wow. Very nice. This is going to be a built-up ship.
Built up?
Yeah, a built-up fuselage.
No. No, I got the 48-inch length 332nd that I can use for the sides. I don't have to do anything stupid. I still have 4 pieces of the 332nd Sigwood left. This is good stuff, lightweight stuff.
So it's going to be a profile?
No.
So it's going to be a built up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it'll be built up, but
Okay, there you go.
in the standard. You look back there, you see that little blue sign that says Stunt Hangar?
Yeah.
Howard sent me that.
Oh, neat.
I had to remake the base to get it to work. The wire come undone, and I guess he 3D printed the bottom base of it. And when I couldn't get it apart, it just kind of fell apart. And I resoldered the wires, which are really a pain. No wonder why you had a problem with it. But then I whipped up a balsa base for that to sit on, but it looks good. I mean, I like it. And he sent me a bag full of hinges.
all right.
All right. Yeah, I saw them when he had him in his shop.
I don't know how I'm gonna finish them though, because these are laser cut and they're burnt on the edges. And I don't know how dope's gonna take to that because it's charred, you know. My other ones are pin routed, so there's no burned on it. I gotta thank him for those.
Well, he's here in the gallery.
What's that?
He's here in the gallery.
Is he? Hey,
Yeah.
Howard, thank you for the hinges and the
All right.
light.
You're welcome.
I I just don't know how to get the burn marks off of them.
A
Yeah,
little bit of sandpaper.
well, it's probably there.
That that little light,
Painted them
that little light you made me right there.
yeah,
I see you had a problem soldering that wire. Well,
I did. Yeah, I'm sorry it came off.
Yeah, it broke in transit, and then on
Uh,
disassembly, I guess each one of those pieces was stacked on your 3D printer. When I tried to get all that apart, it just kind of fell apart.
Oh, shoot.
So I just built a wood one for the box.
Okay. Well,
Didn't
shucks.
take it. I like it. It's a nice little sign.
Yeah, it's cool.
I don't know what I'm going to do with it, but
You can return it. It's under warranty.
oh yeah, okay. Yeah, thank you for the sign. It was pretty nice. I didn't expect that.
Sparky, what happened to that airplane you was working on last week?
It's hanging on the wall.
Is it done?
No, it's hanging right
Gonna
there.
get big here. 1 second. There it is.
Yeah, it's hanging right there. I'll get to it, and I don't know, maybe next day or so, whenever.
Are you gonna put trim on it?
Yeah, oh yeah. I just kind of, I was painting for so long, I just kind of got a deadlock brain fart. I don't know what to paint on it, so I think I'll go in my Windfall book and copy something from yesteryear. Put on it.
I don't know, you got a red one or an orange one and a blue one. I think it's time for a green one. So,
No, that's a white one now.
yeah.
So
Why don't you do the color scheme that I had at the Nationals? The orange with the lady on the wing and all that.
that's a profile. I don't want to put that much work in a profile. I'm just going to put some basic trim on it, and that's it. It's not like you get any appearance points for it. Spend all that.
Now.
Well, I'm going to use I'm doing the Jack Sheeks thing where I'm building a beam wing, the same numbers as my Viper, but I think I'm going to make it look different, so it'll have a different dress on it. I'm thinking more along let me see, draw it out here. Remember back in the 60s and 70s, they drew these jet looking things that were really swoopy, that had a turn on it.
1 second, make it big here.
The whole airplane was like in an airfoil, like that.
Oh yeah.
So I'm thinking about doing one of those airplanes on the same platform. It'll be the same airplane as this. It'll just have a different look to it. Instead of a turtle deck, it'll go down narrow like a Cobra or whatever, but it'll have maybe a Novi canopy, or I don't know. I'm just gonna do whatever. But that's all Jack Sheeks did back in the day. He just built the same airplane over and over again and put a different dress on it.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
you need to make it the sweep wing, the swept wing.
No, I'm not gonna do a swept wing. No, all I can see there is a big nose heavy deal. Or big tail heavy deal.
Let me I'm amped, I guess. I'm excited. Let me get Mark Gerber. Mark, what you been up to? Say that again.
Hi, Howard.
We can't hear you, Mark. I see your lips are moving. I guess you got to get your, maybe is your microphone plugged in all the way? No, we still don't hear you. Let me come back to you.
After we can hear it, let's pretend that we don't.
That's good, Howard. That's good. That's
Is that any
fun.
better?
Yeah, there you go.
Turn your headset on, it works better.
Yes. Yeah.
Anyway, what I was saying was I've been sick. I was on vacation over Christmas and then came back and we all got this nasty intestinal flu, and
Ooh,
I just got over
yeah,
it the
I
last
agree.
couple of days ago, and now I'm sort of getting back into normal, but didn't get a lot done over the holidays
Me
in terms of
either.
modeling.
Well, I'm so frustrated. I can't go fly. I got this vertigo thing going on me, and it's just so
Ooh.
frustrating.
Hmm.
I went out today and got in the center of the circle and kind of moved around and started feeling like I was gonna fall. So I
How
didn't even
long's that
risk
been
it.
bugging you?
Over a week now.
Mm-hmm. Do you feel okay otherwise, or
Otherwise, I
what's
feel
going on?
okay. I mean, just a little. I have to blow my nose maybe once a day. My voice is.
You need to take some decongestant.
Mm.
Get you some decongestant. Your sinuses are messing with you.
I'll try that because I am so frustrated. I mean, today was a beautiful day. I know that you might have different weather out where you're from, but it was beautiful out here. And
It's cold as heck here.
so I was out there
It
with
was even colder here. So
I was out there with a guy named Scott and Stewart and Steve McNally, and they were all flying, and I wasn't flying. Yeah,
Oh, that hurt.
it did. It really did hurt. It's frustrating.
days
But
like
I've had-
today, you need some kind of a beater you can go out and fly with, and not and just enjoy yourself and do what you can, and
Yeah.
sneak up
Dennis
on
has
your vertigo
Dennis has
problems the best
a
you
pattern
can.
for you.
What was that, Mark?
Dennis has a flying pattern for you, Schedule 60.
You know,
Yeah,
yeah, that
do
was
that.
entertaining. Yeah, yeah. It didn't even. I don't think I could even do that. It's just messed up.
Whoa.
It's really
Sorry
messed.
to hear that, buddy. I hope it goes away quick.
So do I. I can't wait. So let me see. I think I'm trying to remember who came in after Mark. I believe it was John Miller. Hey, John Miller, is your audio working today? Is your
Doesn't sound
speakers
like it.
are your speakers working today? They're not working. And then let me go to Gordon Delaney then. Hey, Gordon, you sound like you're feeling pretty good.
Yeah, I was sick around Christmas time. Like it was really bad, but I feel pretty good today. I even got color on my Pathfinder finally.
Well, I thought you meant you got color finally.
Well, that too. Anyway, I'm letting it set a few days before I start putting tape on it to mask off the trim. I'll probably start on Monday.
Good. That's good news. I'm really happy to hear that.
So am I.
I'll bet.
You know, the paint stand's been holding it up for 3 months.
Wow.
Hmm.
You know, and that's a long time for a profile.
Yeah.
That's all right. I'm getting an airplane that I got 4 different airplanes I could take to VSC. They all need to be finished. They all need to be covered and finished. And the newest one of the bunch is 3 years old. So it's been ready for covering for that long. So
Oh, I don't feel so bad now.
no. I'm from the Phil Bailey school of
Let them eat dust because I can't
procrastination.
paint.
Whatever.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Golly, Molly.
Finish them takes longer than it takes to build them.
Oh yeah.
It does.
Yeah.
Unless you're Sparky and then he just waves his healing hand over it and a paint job appears.
Yeah.
So who got in here? Who received their calendar? I know that Dennis has his calendar. Who else? You got yours, Sparky?
Oh, I got one too.
I
You
got
got one?
mine.
You got one? Wow, that's good.
I don't have a holder for mine. I can't figure out what kind of holder to use on it.
It's a
CD case.
CD case or DVD case.
Yeah,
It-
DVD.
None of my CD cases will hold it.
You got to take out the thing that holds the CD itself. There's a little spider in there, like that you snap the CD on. If you take it, that'll come out. I know I had the same problem. I was trying to figure out what the heck was going on there.
Oh, you just take out last year's calendar and use the same case.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
one's broken.
Well, I'm silly.
Oh.
I've managed to lose last year's calendar since December 1st. I put it someplace and I couldn't find it. So I got a new CD case for it.
That's all right. Mine came in the mail the other day, and we were cleaning up for supper the other night. I haven't seen it since, but I know it's here. I will find it. I will find it, but I don't know what my daughter did with it. But anyway, we'll find it. Thank you for that, Gary.
You're welcome,
That's
you guys.
nice.
Yes,
That's nice
thank you
as
very
usual.
much.
It might.
It is very nice as usual. You do a pro job.
You did a great job with what you had to work with, right? So,
Yeah.
it's
Hey, Gary,
awful tough making that crew look good, isn't it? So,
That's it.
Yeah, I'll try my darndest to finish something this year so we have some more to go with next year.
No, I'll be back. I got to tend to my wife.
All right. All right.
Uh-oh.
Gotta take care of Opal. Hey, John, how's it going? Is your mic working? Your speakers working? Guess not. And let me go to Mark Wise. How you doing, Mark?
I'm doing okay. I'm sorry I'm late. I had another Zoom meeting. We started a planning committee at Pampa in March, and it's really done a great job. And so that was my first meeting. And one of the things I'm just gonna ask you guys to think about is I finally figured out a way of getting more done and having more people input their ideas into Pampa, because I've always said I don't want Pampa to be me. So I started forming committees, and the judging committee is doing great, coming up with some awesome things. The planning committee is putting structure and what should we be doing at Pampa to ensure the future. So on the 15th, Denny, does anyone know the dates of VSC?
13 through 16, I think it is that week, something like that.
Yeah,
Which month?
March.
Okay, good.
Yeah, let me grab my calendar here just to be sure. My other calendar. Oops. Yeah, the competition days are 13 through 16. Of course, everybody gets there a little early and practices and all that kind of stuff. The banquet is Saturday night, the 16th of March.
Thanks, buddy. The reason I was asking, we're going to have a board of directors meeting, or actually it's called a council meeting, the 15th of February, and present the 6 committees that we believe we need to form to really maximize what we're doing at Pampa. And each one's going to be headed by a district director, but the district director can choose anyone they want to help them. So the committees generally have 4 or 5 people on them. So I would just like you to think about, once these committees are announced, if you have a particular passion or interest in helping on one of them. It's basically just Zoom meetings, once every 3 or 4 weeks. Thank you, Phil. And we're looking, we don't have the money to hire outside consultants. So when we're looking at things like, how do we make our website better? How do we raise money for Pampa? How do we do this and how do we do that? I'm sure there's talent out there that we don't know about. Like, we have 290 members. I don't know what their education backgrounds is. I don't know what their skill level is. I don't know who's out there who knows how to raise money. So certainly there's no requirement, but all the committees are made up of at least one Pampa director and then just Pampa members. I don't care where they are or what they know, but if they're willing to help out. So Dennis is one. He's on the judging committee, and I think he'd agree that there's really good progress coming along.
Yeah, I think we've had some real good discussions. I think we're at the point where we're really ready to strike the iron here. So yeah, I'm excited about that.
So I'm just, I'm never gonna ask you. I'm not gonna poll you. I'm not gonna embarrass you. Some people are gonna do it. Some people aren't gonna do it. But Pampa is just, the bottom line is kind of this. One of the board members who's active on a committee is Matt Cohen. Matt just had a new baby. Matt's a young guy. Well, in 20 years, when Matt goes to the Nats, is he going to be the only one at open?
Nope.
I don't think AMA cares. They may care, but they're not doing anything about it. I mean, in 10 years, if guys like Paul Walker and Dave Fitzgerald and Orestes, 10, 15 years retire, and we want to have a banquet, who's going to be there? And, if it doesn't come from the inside, we're in trouble. So I'd just like you to think about it. Again, I'm not going to take a survey. I'm not going to do that. But if you think you can afford a couple hours a month, and participate in one of these, we'd all appreciate it. And I'll let you know what the committees are, and I'll let you know who's the head. And, you can talk to guys like Dennis. I can give you a bunch of names of guys who are participating. And so I'll get off the soapbox, but just trying to make the organization as forward thinking as we can, and in a trying time. In a trying time. So as I said at the banquet, if people believe that control line Stunt and Pampa have no future, that's exactly what's going to happen. And if people believe there are ways to keep this thing going, then that's going to happen. It's self-fulfilling.
Mm-hmm.
So,
that's true. As a man thinketh, so is he.
So anyway, thanks for letting me share, and it's good being on here, Charles. Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. Thanks.
And Gary,
appreciate it.
This is awesome. And Gary did something special for me, that he took each of the calendars and he omitted all the faces, which I thought was just great. So I can draw little images on the guys. So the bodies are there, but the faces aren't. So Gary, thank you. I'll send you extra money.
What? Really? What happened? Someone get your stuff?
Oh, he's just pulling your leg, Gary.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
Because Carl Reed, something broke into him and he lost half his calendar. I had to send him
You
another
did a great
one.
job, and everyone looks great.
What did you think of the Nats thing? Did you see that on the calendar for the Nats?
On the front page?
No, it's August, I think. Yeah.
Oh, you know what? Let me look at it. Oh, nice. Oh, really nice.
Down at the bottom, where the
who's that good looking guy? Is that Sparky up there?
Yeah.
No, the good looking guy is John Paris.
And John Paris?
Yeah. The other one
That
is
is
Sparky.
excellent.
Yeah.
And you got it on the bottom, Nats 4 through 9. That's really a nice job, Gary. Thank you.
That's what I asked you that one day, about that one day, and you said wasn't going to be there. So okay.
This is terrific. Nice work, buddy.
Let me see if I'll show our audience. Let me bring it up on my computer.
You also have the Pampa logo in there.
Yeah. Did Caffeine leave?
I don't see Caffeine.
They must have checked out for something. Sounded like he'd been really busy too. So
Well, I got on Stunt Hangar there and text Marcel Legrand, Joe Gilbert. Now, he got back with me, so got his address.
All right, good.
John Sokolak, he's not back yet. John Caradas, I didn't hear from him. Caffeine, I didn't hear from him. But Christian Chachaw, I heard from him, so he's all right. So
let me see. I'm going to try to bring up this calendar here. Let me see here. And Philip, you want to tell us what you've been up to while I'm working on this?
Just working on my plane, trying to get the SV-11 put back together, and I'm drawing on a Typhoon. We're getting ready tomorrow. A bunch of us are getting together for lunch. We wanted to go flying this week, but it's been cold as all get out here, and wind, and then rain, and then wind, and then it's just hadn't been conducive to having fun flying. But we went out last Friday and I flew some. That was a lot of fun to get back into it. But this week, this has not been possible. A bunch of us been getting together and yakking, but that's about it, just talking. trying to come up with some ideas of what we can do, having lunch and cutting up, just getting together, having a good time.
Good. Yeah, the fellowship is the most important part of the hobby, I think.
It is. It is.
Let me share this, do a share screen of the calendar. Is it coming up?
Yeah.
It sure is.
Yep.
All right, let me do this real quick. Give me a second here.
I don't know, Jim's Lunar just knocked my eyes out when I saw that.
That thing is gorgeous.
And
it's so pink. I mean, really, it just comes out of his screen when you look at that. So
let me see. So this is the first cover here. The Stunt Hangar Control Line Friends, Sparky there with his concourse winner, Minato, and then there's Viper 2 there. And then, when I get to that month, I'll show, but for January, we have the January run, and we have Gerald Wimmer, and then we have Dennis Nunez. And let's see here if I can move this over here a little bit. Oh, there we go. This thing is in my way. I can't move it. There we go. All right. And then we have February. We have Bob Gore. I think that's an Oriental, if I'm not mistaken, that he painted it like the Tuskegee Airmen, and then Mike Lonke with his Axioma. And then we have, for March, we have Bob Hunt with his Turning Point. And let me go down here. I haven't received my calendar yet, so I'm just going off of the proof that Garrett and I edited. Let's see here. Let me go over here. And then we have Tom Rammel's page. This is April. And these are some young gentlemen. He's helping with the IEAA or EAA chapter where they built this plane and flew it. And then in May, there's myself there flying my SV-11 at Las Vegas. And that picture was taken by Mark Lumen. Fantastic job, Mark. Appreciate it. And
in-flight shots are tough to do, man. He really nailed that.
Yeah, I think he did a burst where it's a bunch of shots taken simultaneously, and then he just found the one that captured it. But then we have in June, we have Jim Hoffman's Lunar classic stunner there. Who originally built the Lunar? Was that the Frank McMillan's?
No, I think that was an Art Pulowski design.
Okay, but yeah, he actually copied another one that
he copied Warren T-Hart's. Warren T-Hart apparently got his hands on the original airplane and duplicated it the best he could. And then Jim borrowed Warren's airplane and duplicated it again. So
beautiful. Look forward to seeing that plane. Hopefully I'll see it at the Southwestern Regionals.
Begs the question. I wonder if there's ever been a Lunar that wasn't pink. So
Denny, it's coral.
It's salmon.
Salmon. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Hey, thanks, Chris. Hey, thanks for coming in, buddy.
How you guys doing?
Doing well.
Your thing's really pretty in person.
Oh, I bet. I mean, he was boning it out a couple of weeks ago with that polisher, that tool that he's been sharing with other people. Let me see here. Okay, so next is Mark Gerber, a beautiful Bearcat. And then we have this Misty by Keith Trossel there for July.
It's the Mistel.
I'm sorry, Mistel. The writing is really small, and I'm just doing my best. Yeah, Mistel. Thank you, Chris.
That is a terrific looking piece too. I saw it he had it in Muncie this year, and it's really amazing how how much detail there is in the model that size.
He won a trophy with that, didn't he?
I believe he won his class with that. They had a couple of different classes. I don't understand what the scale classes are, but I believe he won his class with that. Yeah.
It's profile, but it's amazing if if your model's small enough, 1 inch wide fuselage and was it an inch and a half cowling, or
Yeah, something like that.
it's darn near the cross section of the model or the real. And if you make the model small enough, it's really neat.
And then Keith, and to that point, Keith also put a lot of contouring in the fuselage and stuff. So even if it might be a little narrow, it doesn't in any way, shape, or form look like a profile, especially, the little 109 sitting on top. It looks like a full scale model. So.
And then in August, we have Sparky getting presented with the Concourse Award by John Paris and his Monado there. And then he has his Simply Blues. That one, it's Simply Blues there. And then in September, we have the couple here, Lynn Burrell and his wife, Naomi.
Yeah, that's great.
Going there,
Yeah,
their planes. And then in October, we have Philip Bailey, who's here with us tonight, and then Bob Whitley with his Cosmic Wind. And Philip Bailey, you have your stunt wagon, and then what's the plane below the bottom one? What is that?
Looks like a SPAD.
SE5.
Yeah,
looks like
it's
a Johnny
modified to look like
Casper
an SE5A.
Is that Bob's or is that Phil's?
That's mine. The
It
SE5
is. Okay.
mine.
Is that a Casburn?
No, it's actually a 38 special. It's been modified.
Oh, all right.
Tom Looper redrew it. I told Tommy I'd like to have it a little bit more scale or whatever, and he redrew it as that, and I built it. I'm gonna build another one. I'm planning to build another one just like it, except much lighter.
Mm-hmm.
I put some paint on that one. It ended up being much too heavy. It flies good, but it could fly great. Doesn't fly as good as my 38 special, so I know it can. I'm just gonna go back and redo it, build another one.
And then in November, we have Mark Lumen with his P-51 there, beautiful plane. And then we have Howard Rush with his Impact. And which one's that? Is that the old dog, Howard? The new dog. That's the new dog. I can't make out what the number is. Oh, it says new dog. Yeah, that's the new dog. That must be number 6 then, I think.
Yeah.
And then we have
it's a new dog, isn't that a puppy? Oh, never mind.
Oh, and then we have I think first time in the calendar for Carl Reed.
All right.
Yeah, that is cool with his speed limit combat plane there. And then Gordon Delaney with his Pathfinder LE for December. That is fantastic. And then we have the last page, which kind of has a just shows them all at one time. So very, very cool. A lot of did a great job, Gary. A hand of applause. That is
fantastic.
Yep.
Terrific
Nice
work there.
Appreciate
That's
it.
a good looking calendar.
But to get you in there next year, Chris.
Well, I don't have anything to put in there.
I have a picture of your Golden Falcon we could put in there.
Well, I don't have very many good pictures on it.
Well,
Hi, Chris. I just want to say hi to Chris.
Hi, Gordy.
I believe I still got some good pictures of Chris's Falcon.
I think somebody said you retired. Is that right?
That's correct. Well, I didn't have much choice. I like to say I'm a victim of state-sponsored discrimination.
Yeah.
Once you're 65, you can't fly anymore. So I could fly, but it'd be going backwards. I like that easy airline flying. Hey, speaking of easy flying, Gordy, are you going to come down to Southwest Regionals?
I don't know. One of my friends was talking about it. If we did, we'd probably ride down together.
Uh-huh.
I know I'll be there in March.
Oh, good.
Good.
I tried to talk Dan McEntee into coming to VSC, and he said he wasn't going to make it. But now I'm going to work on Mark Hughes next. He's been doing a lot of world traveling with his wife. Maybe I can get her to drive.
There you go. You doing well?
Very.
That's good.
I'm going to have to run off here in about 5 minutes, though, because Laura had oral surgery, and I don't leave her for very long.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Well, give her my best.
Okay. Say hi to Sandy for us.
Okay.
I see Howard. He's he's in his usual spot there, missing.
Yes,
I've only been out here 3 times. Oh,
there
there
he
he
is.
is.
He's
He's
busy.
probably being useful and working on something.
Yeah.
I put a LA 46 in my Nobler.
Have you flown it yet?
Yeah, I flew it about 4 times.
What'd you
And-
think?
Oh, I think it's going to fly great, but it does exactly the same thing as the OSs. So I'm going to put a baffle on the cylinder. And I was reading Bobby's stories of the past, you know, and I had thought about doing that a couple of weeks ago, and then I read his thing, and he had the same thing happen as something with the FSR or something, and so he put a baffle on the back of the cylinder, and it healed right up. So I'm going to try. Might just be a cooling thing.
Mhm.
I've
What
been
prop
on the
did you end
cooling
up?
system.
Say
You
again?
don't have much room there on a Nobler cowl.
No, you're right.
What prop did you end up running, Chris? On the
Well, I didn't
46?
have a lot. I'd never run that 46 before, really. I had my brother-in-law Dave's Skylark that was really, it was built by Eddie Captinelli. It has one, and I just I borrowed a propeller, 4 of them, and then I chose them. I had to give it back, so I didn't really have one. It was really restricted by the length of the gear too. So I ended up putting one of those. I think it's 11 4.5 gray plastic Thunder Tiger prop on there.
Yeah,
And it seemed to be fine, you know, to start out with. And but it kept taking off after a few maneuvers, which was the problem with the
I
Aero
understand that. Yeah, I've
What
got
size?
a
What
geese.
size? Engine,
Say again?
excuse me. What size engine is on that? What? I'm sorry.
I put a LA 46 in it.
And you're running an 11 4.5 on it?
Uh-huh.
Just right.
Have
That'll
you
work good.
thought about trying one of the I forget what they are. I think they were produced in 2022, the newer Master Air Screw propeller. Try an 11.5 on there, a Master Air Screw 11.5, and see what you get.
I'll try and find one. I like to have a lot of options.
If you can't find one, I'll get you one and mail it to you or send it to you somehow if you would like. I went to that prop from a wooden 11.5 Zinger on my Nobler with an FP40, and it made a great big difference, man. I mean, it just and opened up the exhaust a little bit, and it just made all the difference in the world.
Huh.
And I don't know. I know you're.
What's it look like, Steve?
It's just like black nuts or air screws like they use in RC or whatever, but it's not the old one. It's a little bit wider of a blade. It's got a little bit wider blade. I don't
Towards the
have
tip
one
or
with me
the-
right now. I'm at my mom's house.
So is the whole blade wider?
Yes, just a little bit.
Well, I'll
And it
check
makes
that out.
it makes a really exceptional difference.
One thing I had problem with is that it weighs about a quarter ounce more than Aero Tiger, and with I wouldn't think that would make that much difference, but it did. So I got a quarter ounce of lead in the nose the way it is, so I'll take that out. And then I called up Jim Lee and asked him what he suggested for mufflers and Venturis. So he's sending me a selection. So I figure I'll have enough junk where if I fly it enough, I'll find a good
on the
spot.
LA 46, a good muffler is just the little standard OS muffler, and then take the nipple on the end, the tip of it, and cut the tip of it off and bore it out with a file to 10 millimeters, and it's perfect. Make a 10 millimeter exit hole on it and cut the tip off of it.
I have those, but it's a big weight penalty, and it's already getting nose heavy. So but I'll keep that in mind. I never find anything that works.
Too much nose weight, huh?
Well, you got these little bitty airplanes, and it's easy to pick up weight in a hurry.
Right, and that's a geese too, so it doesn't have a lot of room for cooling either with the cowling on it.
It might not. That might have been my problem there at the Las Vegas contest.
Right, might have been overheating because it was running really good at first, but then after it run for a little bit, it would just take off, start hauling
as soon as
ass.
it gets the load on it, it was combat stunt.
Has anybody thought about a three-blade prop, trying a three-blade prop on that?
I'm sure people have. I don't have any of that little. I might. I should check.
I don't have any of that little. I'm trying to figure out what to order, but I'm thinking about maybe a Turnigy or something, three-blade wooden. See what that does. I happen to have a Geesky Ober downstairs with the engine set back 3/4 of an inch, and I'm gonna put of course a prop extension on a shaft extension, and then it's got a tongue muffler on it, and I'm gonna put I want to put a three-blade prop and an aluminum spinner on it. I hate plastic spinners.
Yeah, I run a Granny Smith carbon fiber 3-blade for the last 15 years, ever since the LA 46 came out. And it's 11 by 4.5.
I'll call Randy and see if he still got any. Wait a minute, I've got one of those.
Excellent.
That's what I just thought. Hey, that sounds familiar.
That's a three-bladed
11s.
What's that?
I think I do have some 11 inch three blades.
3-blade.
Yeah.
That's what I'm gonna try to run.
4.5.
That's what I'm gonna try to run. I put a 11-inch 2-blade on it just to check the clearance, and it's got clearance on asphalt, which is what we fly on. But if we ever go to grass, I'm in a heap of trouble.
I have some comments in the chat box. Let me catch up on that. Bryce Rackley says, "Hi, Stunt Hangar team. Flying above the Pacific Ocean at the moment on my way home from the Philly Island. Wi-Fi not allowing the show to play live, unfortunately, but did show up as being live. Thank you, Bryce." And then Paul Taylor says, "Like sent and howdy all." And then Eddie Sutter, who hasn't been here in a long time, who's a member of our YouTube channel. So was Bryce Rackley. These are two guys that are members, as well as Dennis and Gary Sinclair. But Eddie says, "Hello all, long time no see." Then John Miller is letting us know we knew already. He said, "Hi guys, I can't get any of you sound live on the forum, so I came over here." Thank you, John Miller. Appreciate that. Then Paul Taylor said Jim Lynch had a carbon fiber 3-blade prop on a Brodak Sea Hurricane. So, and then Al Fierro, he says MAS cementer Dinger tube muffler is 1 ounce. Yeah, but those are kind of unobtainium.
Yeah, they sure are.
I have a bunch of them though.
Oh, good for you.
Mufflers?
The Scott Dinger muffler.
Yeah, I've got one. I just got it back about a month ago.
Is Scott still making
Back
mufflers?
from Scott Dinger, or got it back from someone else you lent it to?
Weighs 25 grams.
Does Scott still make mufflers? I'd like to have one for that Geeski because it's
Probably
borderline
if you
nose
get
head.
hold of him.
Well, that'd be the trick.
That's the trick, yeah.
Better send him an email.
I used to fly with him all the time in California. That's
You
been a
probably-
while.
You probably had no problem getting them to respond to you then, Chris.
I don't know. He's been kind of missing in action, I guess.
Well, if anybody hears from him, if he's still got it, making them. I'd sure like to have one for a 46.
Gordy, how'd you get a hold of him?
On the phone.
Oh, you did?
Yeah. He told me he didn't want to make any, but he says, for you, I guess I could make one more.
So it's a brand new one.
Yeah, I just got it here about a month ago. I haven't even run. I haven't run it yet. It's for Stalker 51 for my new Pathfinder profile.
Ah,
Nice.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Very nice.
well, I just found a PA 51 in that bunch of stuff that I had from Bob, and I thought that might be nice in my my new Shark.
Yeah.
That's a Shark 45. That is.
It would be.
Right.
I think
No,
that's what
that-
Charlie Reeves had in his, except his was a side exhaust, but it'll pull it. Pull Charlie's very well.
Chris, is that an RSM or a regular Jetco?
Oh, it's RSM Hawker Hunter kit. I'm just using a wing and a tail.
Oh,
The sides on those are made out of 4 different pieces, so I never use the fuselage sides.
yeah.
I learned my lesson.
Yeah, the RSM Shark is not even close to the original. You know,
Well,
it's a lot narrower. The high point's been moved back. Fuselage is really wide. It's just not as pretty as the Jetco kit.
well, I was going to make it look like Dad's, so it wasn't going to look like it anyway.
Yeah, I flew against that with your dad back in Buckeye.
Well, I'm not going to. I'm not going to use a Twerp 45. That's for sure.
Oh, is that what he had in it?
Chicken.
Well, they only last like a season. Then they're all worn out.
Yeah, you got that backup like a McCoy.
Exactly. Yeah.
Isn't that the one he hit the lawn chair with in the circle there at VSC?
That wasn't a lawn chair. That was a banquet, steel tube chair. That was
Shit.
it was
Damn.
it was quite heavy and solid compared to the crispy old balsa of that Shark.
Oh yeah, it seems like
I take it the Shark did not come out on top of that argument.
It did not. No.
No.
It was
Maybe
my
just-
dad's original, and I restored it and got it flying pretty good. Found out why it flew so funny was the tail was straight with the fuselage, but the wing was in crooked. So I called up Whiteley one night and I said, "Here's what I got." And he goes, "Well, make the hinge lines parallel." And it actually flew pretty good, but now I have the tail of it and the tail of Whiteley's Hawker, and they're stuck in my wall in my garage.
Wow.
Sparky, show the tail of your P-47. That's pretty slick.
Which one?
The one that's sticking out of your wall.
There you go. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
cool.
that's a nice plaque.
That was a gorgeous airplane. I mean, it was gorgeous.
Yeah, I hated to see it go.
So did we.
When did you build that one, Bob?
That one was 2007. Sat on the front row for 3 years. Nice airplane.
Beautiful. It looks great.
Yeah, what's left of it.
I've got a similar deal, except mine's glued to the wall of my original Tony.
Oh, the Tony. I love that thing.
Well, the new one's a lot nicer. You know, it's got ink lines and the first contest I took it to, Roger and I was number 1 and 1.5 on the front row.
Wow.
Well, that plaque right there has, let me count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 concourse badges on it.
Wow, that's great.
From that model?
Yeah.
That's a beauty.
Yeah, it was gorgeous. I'm telling you. He brought it to Winston-Salem brought it to Huntersville, and everybody was eyeing that thing.
Oh, yeah. You got me beat, Bob. I only was on the front row twice.
Never Nats concourse with that airplane, but won a bunch of concourse trophies with it. Pilot's choice, whatever.
Oh, yeah. Well, still, that's usually you go to a contest, the guys that pick them out, they know what they're looking at.
Mm-hmm.
Well, guys, I hear my wife. I got to run.
All right, Chris. Hey, thanks for coming in.
Good to see you, Chris.
So nice to see you, man.
See you,
Good
Chris.
to see you, Chris. You take
All right,
care.
Chris. Have a good night. Be safe.
I'll keep you up to date on the Nobler.
All right. Thank you.
Bye, guys.
All right. Good night.
Good night.
That's one of them. That's one of the first ones I got to paint when the weather opens up.
Is your Nobler?
I got a Geeske downstairs that was Terry's airplane. It started out to be Terry's airplane, and Terry died, so I got it, and I'm gonna finish it up and put a thing on. I've seen several people put things on it to remember friends, and I've had so many that I've lost. I'm gonna put remembering friends on it.
Wow. Nice.
Just let it rip like that.
I have a comment from Paul Taylor. I know Chris is gone, but he said, Paul Taylor said, also a lot of people use the Thunder Tiger prop on a LA-46.
Yeah, the Thunder Tiger and the there's two APCs, the 12.25 by 3 3/4.
Yeah,
is real good, and the Thunder Tiger one is real good. But I don't have the prop clearance for that, so I'm gonna try a 3-blade and see what I can come up with.
I would use 11.6 EW rev up on it.
Yeah, but I can't find any of those. I had a bunch of those and gave people some of it at contests, and I don't have any for myself. So I never thought I'd go back to a small airplane, but that was before my shoulder went crazy on me. So.
And then John Miller gave us a like. Thank you, John Miller. I appreciate that. So we have 20 likes. We have 28 concurrent viewers.
I'll give you another one when I get off here, but I'm gonna do it with my phone. And if I turn my phone on, I'll lose my earplugs to the computer. So
no problem. And then the super chats and the super thanks, if you're watching the replay, those are very helpful. And also consider joining our Stunt Hangar YouTube channel memberships, which start at just $4.99 a month, which is less than 17 cents a day. It's like going to Starbucks and buying one of their fancy cocktails, one of their coffees. Just that once a month,
Craig Bisrick was our first super chat of the year.
Oh, cool. Very cool. Now he lives in
Australia.
Okay.
And where the toilet flushes backwards.
Who lives in in lives in Venezuela. No, we have someone from there, don't we? Or Argentina?
Yeah, we got them from there. I just don't remember who they are.
No, no problem.
Dennis, I just saw your comment on that thing I sent you. That's pretty good. The force is strong with this one.
Oh, yeah.
Woo, that was cute. I like that.
Uh,
I like your shirt there, Dennis. I've always liked that Stunt Hangar shirt.
Oh, that's it. Had
Yeah.
to be in uniform. I'm just
Yeah.
glad I didn't wear my maroon Brodax shirt.
Yeah.
They might have thought we were twins, and they wouldn't know who the host was.
Yeah,
So,
absolutely.
yeah.
We got to get Sparky to make some more shirts so the rest of us can get in uniform.
Well, the guy who designed them shirts, he passed away.
Uh-oh.
What the hell was he? Was Brazilian, I think, or maybe was he Brazilian or Argentinian?
Was that Marcus Cordero?
I think it was Marcus. He passed away, right?
Yeah, I think that's, yeah.
Yeah.
There was that lady who was
Everybody
making
passes
up a
away,
bunch of
man.
T-shirts here. She was posting a bunch of stuff for a while, and
Yeah.
I've
Yeah.
seen some of her shirts and stuff. I know some people were buying them, but I wonder if she could take something on like that. Maybe do them by order or something like that. You know, rather than going out and buying 50 shirts, if you could,
That's
know,
not how
I
I do
think-
it anyway anymore. I do it through Teespring. I just upload the design and they
yeah, and they just print it per order, right? And,
right.
but I bet that lady, maybe she could do something with that. I don't know.
Yeah, then Stunt Hangar gets nothing. That don't make sense. I need to do them myself, but I just
Yeah,
need,
but you can make a profit on the volume. So
if she does them, I won't get anything out of them. I got
yeah,
to do them through Teespring,
yeah.
and you don't make much on those anyway.
Mhm.
You know, they charge $24.95. That's ridiculous for a shirt, but Stunt Hangar doesn't get much on that. And when I did them myself, you know, I was charging, I don't know, 25 bucks or whatever. And by the time I was done with the paying the printer and the shirt and the shipping and the hassle, it was $4 a shirt profit.
Yeah, you didn't make nothing. You
It
did,
was-
you wasted a waste of time is actually what it is. You spend your money is what you do.
Mhm.
Yeah, I quit. And that's why I went to Teespring. I quit going down there. I'd stand in that post office and, you know, oh
Yeah.
shit, it was a pain in the ass.
Well, hopefully just folks walking around at airplane contests and stuff wearing Stunt Hanger shirts and stuff like that is a good thing to help you get more subscribers or something like that. I guess can't offer much more than that, but you got folks like Phil's looking for a T-shirt, wants to wear something that says Stunt Hanger on it. I know you're not going to get rich on it, but at $4 a shirt, you probably weren't getting rich off it anyway. You come right down to it. So
Thank you, Big Sparky. Hang on one second. Yeah, it's one of my favorite shirts by the Teesprings.
Chicken wings. That's on there.
Yeah.
All right.
You got a handle on it.
Need to get that.
I guess that's one reason, one more reason we miss good old Don Schultz from way back when. He had some of the best graphic work around.
Well, I did that Bearcat of his, and that took me a week of work to digitize a little tiny drawing about an inch square into a T-shirt design.
Mm-hmm.
He gave me permission to do that. I did the Al Ray Mustang, Ray Wiggly Rudder one too. That didn't sell very good, but his Bearcat sold a few.
Yeah.
But that shirt that you got on there, along with my Thunderbolt shirt, it was one of the more popular designs.
Mm-hmm.
And unfortunately, the computer that I had that drawing on died.
Oh man, yeah.
So I don't have that, and I was trying to resurrect it, and I can't.
Yeah, I have a shirt like Dennis, but mine's pretty worn out.
All right. Don't everybody talk at once here. So
Has anybody heard of the progress of caffeine's P40?
Yeah,
he
he's on
was
it
talking
earlier.
earlier. Yeah.
He's on it earlier, and he actually glued the hinges into the flaps.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the elevators, but I don't think he's attached the flaps yet to the wing.
I see.
I believe that's the next thing in order is to go there. But yeah, he's seems to be happy with it.
You guys ever use sheet phenolic?
Sheet phenolic?
Yeah.
No, what do you use it for?
Bell cranks.
Bell cranks. I cut this 1/2 inch wide motor pads.
Okay.
This is 1/8 inch stuff here. I got 16th too. There's a good supplier in Dayton.
Yeah, I bought mine from McMaster Car. I didn't understand your question. I do have some sheet phenolic. Yeah, I bought it from McMaster Car.
This here was you get 4 sheets of 16th. And it was $17 for 4 square feet. That's a pretty good deal.
That's pretty good. Ain't bad at all.
So what I'm
Where's
thinking
that
about
from?
from Dayton. I think
Marky, I've used that on my motor pads.
right.
And I do have a phenolic bell crank.
I'm going to take and make a phenolic bell crank, and how I'm going to do that is I'm going to cut out an 1/8 inch sheet into the shape of a bell crank. I'm going to sandwich a 16th inch sheet on top and bottom, and I'm going to make that Brett Buck style bell crank that pulls from the center, but out of phenolic. That's what all this crap's for.
Yeah, that's what's in my new profile Pathfinder. You know, pivots from the center.
Right.
What kind of adhesive do you use when you want to laminate it? What do you use for adhesive?
Epoxy. Scuff it up real good and epoxy it.
Okay.
What's it made out of?
Linen.
Linen? Really?
Yeah.
What's it an epoxy?
Yeah, the name of it. What'd you call it?
Phenolic.
Sorry?
Same thing you make circuit boards out of.
Right.
Oh, okay.
Exactly. It's exactly what it is.
This is canvas or linen. They also make paper phenolic, but it's not near as strong. This stuff's indestructible. Can't burn it. I mean, it's ridiculously tough.
It's really hard on saw blades.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, it is.
Back when I was, back in the 90s, and I was, watching too many windy videos, trying to make the noses super solid. I had 3/8 by half phenolic beams instead of maple motor mounts. I had them out of phenolic. You talk about heavy, but they were indestructible.
And
use aluminum.
Man.
Had my 35s mounted on aluminum beams. Of course, they were all channeled, chopped and channeled and everything like that.
Mm-hmm.
But I'll tell you what, you never mounted an engine better. And, the mounts never crushed or anything like that. They were fabulous to work with.
Yeah, they were also a good heat sink.
Well, I'll tell you what, I bought some, I didn't think I'd find it. I went to Lowe's and I bought 6 foot of rock hard maple. And this stuff is so damn hard that my router wouldn't route the center of it.
Shit.
Golly.
This is tough shit.
What are you going to do?
Yes.
It's motor mount material.
Make motor mount.
What are you going to do as far as to remove some wood to save weight on it? What are you going to do?
I use my saw, my table saw.
Okay.
So I cut a groove with a table saw down the center of it instead of routing it. Not as pretty, but I got it. But if you think about it, if you get a Brodak motor mount, it's $7 for one stick. $20 for 6 foot, and I can cut 5, 10, 15, 20 motor mounts out of it for $20. So it's $1 a piece.
Yeah, it's a much better deal.
But you got to have a table saw to do it. I wouldn't want to think about cutting that by hand.
No, my little Craftsman jigsaw wouldn't put much of a dent in it either. So
No.
I could use it for cutting it to length. That's about all. So
Anybody been doing any flying?
Yeah, right.
I went and watched somebody's fly
No.
today. I went out to the flying field, but my vertigo has been an issue. But I took out. I had 3 guys. I watched them fly today.
You get vertigo, Charles?
Yeah, I had that flu or something a couple weeks ago, and the residual effects of it, vertigo. So it left me with vertigo.
Not too good.
No, it's very
Sorry
frustrating.
to hear that.
Very frustrating.
Yeah, sorry to hear that.
We
It's
had
not
2
good.
inches of snow today.
Sucks to
That,
be sick.
what was that, Gordon? What'd you say?
I say we had 2 inches of snow today.
Oh, 2 inches of
Oh,
snow.
Lord.
And they had 8 inches up the mountains.
It was a spitting here today.
What's that?
It was spitting snow here.
Well, it spit all
Well,
night
be glad
long.
you're getting snow. We're supposed to get ice tonight. I'd much rather have snow than ice.
I'd rather have rain than snow.
Me too.
I'd rather have sunshine and all of that stuff. I wish the global warming would kick in.
yeah.
Bad.
Every year, let's just say it's getting easier and easier for me to understand snowbirds. All right.
Really?
Yeah,
Older I get, the
people
easier it is to
up
understand.
around Detroit and stuff. When I was living up there, I did a bunch of people. They'd go to Florida for 6 months every year. So, how in the world can you do that? 2 houses, everything. Well, it's getting easier and easier to understand that as it turns cold and I just hibernate like a fat squirrel or something like that and get fatter. And squirrels get skinnier as they hibernate. But anyhow.
That sounds familiar.
I've been hibernating for about 6 months now, since April.
Damn.
Anyhow.
What's going on? I gotta ask, Sparky, why you been hibernating for 6 months?
I'm not working, so I'm building airplanes.
Well, I'm still working. You're still working.
Mm-hmm.
Ain't nobody builds a plane as fast as you do, especially anywhere as nice as what you build.
Well, I think sound like bullshit, but I think I built 500 in my life.
Wow.
I wouldn't doubt it. You built. Let's see.
That's a lot of airplanes, man. That's a
Built
lot of
about
airplanes.
11. Last
How many
couple of
years you been building, Sparky?
60.
Wow.
When we were
Man.
when we had the hobby shop, I would, that includes half A's and flying wings and stuff too. But we had the hobby shop, we had glass display cases. And in the shop, I would build on top of them glass display cases, 2 or 3 little jumping beans at a time, a couple of voodoo or combat cats. And it would be a constant building every day, building and flying.
I've got 30 combat planes in my basement.
Wow.
I'd like to have 5 when I was flying combat.
Yeah, that's it.
Combat airplane put together in an evening, no problem.
Yeah, I can't imagine how many I've built. You know, I started flying combat when I was 14. I always had combat planes. And then I talked to Riley Wooten at the 59 Nats. And he's out there rubbing out this gray and red airplane. Kind of looked like a Nova, but it wasn't. I said, I didn't know he flew stunt. I said, why do you fly stunt? You know, I'm just snot-nosed kid. And he says, well, he says, a good stunt flyer makes a real good combat flyer. But a good combat flyer don't make you a good stunt pilot.
Howard
So
did
after
pretty
that,
good.
I started building stunt ships after that.
That was,
but
combat was fun. They didn't try to kill your airplane.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was a lot easier too when you're doing 90 miles an hour instead of 120.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll bet.
yeah, I
I'll
tried
bet.
to get interested in combat one time when I went down to Huntersville to watch a combat contest. And I saw about 4 airplanes that hit shaft to shaft and just totaled the motor, totaled the airplane. I came back home shaking my head saying, nope, I'm going back to stunt. I'm going to stay where I am.
What a waste of equipment, right?
Man, I'm telling you.
In the
Those
5
guys-
years that I was in Dayton, how many airplanes did I build?
Oh, gosh.
Lots.
I had a
About
whole
20.
room full of them.
20 or 25. What'd you do with all of them? Sold them?
I sold the Voodoos and I crashed. I only crashed. I haven't crashed since Huntersville. I crashed that big profile. The rest of the stuff, you know, I got a bunch of them here. I got 16 airplanes here now.
Wow.
16 big full size stunners, plus a profile and a scale plane.
Well, you still got your forgot what the scale plane was. I know it's a little racer, but I can't think of the name of it.
Shoestring.
Cosmic Wind or Shoestring. Okay.
Yeah, I got it. I think I'm gonna give it to Brodak. Tote it over there and put it in the museum.
Mm-hmm. Good idea.
I gotta clear up some space somehow.
Is that the big shoestring you made with the sound box in it and all that stuff?
Yeah. Yeah, I got a lot. I had a lot of money tied up in that airplane for, I think I got 10 flights on it.
Really? How does it fly?
Like a scale plane, round in a circle.
Yeah.
Shit. You
Like shit.
can't fly. I mean, you can't do anything with it except, you know,
Fly
climb,
around.
dive, and
Right.
high flight and junk.
Right. It's just
That
too
was
big.
when I was at Brodak. They said, you know, I took it to Brodak's for sports scale, and Jack Sheik says, "Aren't you going to practice your pattern?" I said, "Practice my pattern." Yeah, you know what you're going to do. I said, "You mean take off and land and high flight?" I think I got it, Jack. No problem. I won first place sports scale at Brodak's with that airplane.
Nice.
That was against Ed Mason with his 4-engine bomber. That's
Wow.
a nice airplane.
That'd
And
be 17.
whatever it is, yeah. And I got third at the Nationals. You know, that's the first scale plane I ever built. Third at the Nationals, but I'd have been first if had not my cow flew off and DQ'd the flight.
Oh man. Damn.
That's them magnets for you. Never again.
That sucks.
I ain't sticking shit on with magnets. Go ahead. Magnets be fine. It's electric. Yeah, okay, whatever. I didn't even bother to fix the cow. I'll show you what it did to the cow. The only blemish on the airplane is that right there.
Hmm.
Wow.
It cracked it right there and put that in it. It weighed 87.5 ounces.
Wow. Wow.
Hmm.
Was held on with 3 magnets. That one, and that one. And oh, it's got a spot here too. I'm not gonna fix it. I'm not interested in it.
Huh.
Very nice.
That was that special paint, chartreuse. That was the real color of the airplane.
Hmm.
Chartreuse and red.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
There's
when
always one of those things. What color is chartreuse? All right, and there's several
You-
variations of it. Those guys who built Goldberg shoestrings said, "Well, mix 3 parts of this and 2 parts of that and whatever else," and it came out basically looking pea soup green. And I know my dad did that, and then I know John Brodak brought his out. It was kind of a creamy color, and then Sparky, I'm sure John, you worked with John on that color, get that color.
yeah,
So it was like John's airplane was like a several time national champion, and all that. It was wonderful airplane, and he flew it, he flew it well and everything like that. But
that was the prototype kit of that shoestring.
mhm.
I put that together and helped him with the instruction book.
Yep. Okay.
But the way the instruction book has it, they don't build it like I do. You know, I built my wing, covered the wing, and then put the wing in the fuselage. He wanted you to build it all together.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Well, that's an interesting comment right there. And I've only written, I guess, one full kit book for Brodak, but never really occurred to me to do it any other way. But there are a lot of people who prefer covering all the pieces, before they assemble the airplane. And I'm not in the habit of doing that. The few times I have done it on some profiles and stuff, I thought it worked pretty good. But
Mhm.
it works nice to have the pieces in your lap and stuff, and especially the fuselages, it can be a real problem, covering them and stuff when they're all attached. If you can do it in, it's just the fuselage, just the tails, just the wing.
That's
It,
not how
especially if
that
you're using monocoque and stuff like that, it can really.
that's not how that one was
really
done.
hinder.
The wing was covered, the tail and the rudder were covered, then it was glued to the fuselage. Then the fuselage was covered with coverall, SIG coverall or coverite or whatever you call that cloth.
Yeah, the fabric stuff. Okay.
Yeah, I wanted to cover it with silk span, but the compound curves on that fuselage wouldn't allow it. I could not get it on there without it wrinkling, because it goes this way, and it's ridiculous. So the coverall, once you get it stuck down, it was bagged up, but you heat it with the heat gun, shrunk right up. And when I say 87.5 ounces, that seems like it's very heavy. It is heavy for a stunt plane, but for a scale plane, that's 40 ounces for a scale airplane that size. I mean,
Yeah.
super light.
How big? What's the length of the wing? What's the wingspan on the area of that airplane, Sparky?
It's about the same. Well, it might be. Yeah, it's not. It might be the same wing area as one of these.
I think it was around 650 squares, about a 60-inch span, I think.
Yeah, it's 60.
I can look up the specs.
Kind of
real
like the
quick.
size of a Magnum.
Yeah, about the size of a stunt plane.
But the wing
basically.
is only that thick.
Yeah.
Doesn't have any thickness in the airfoil. It's real thin. You ain't gonna do any stunts with
A
it.
real thin wing, huh?
Little tiny tail,
Right.
elevator, and stabilizer on it. You ain't doing any stunts with it. That's for sure.
The fuselage is great big, huh?
It's
a great big fuselage.
not that big around. Just it's huge.
Yeah, fuselage is huge on it.
I gave up scale at the Nats when I found out that it's got more clicks in it than Stunt does. Don't expect to win your first time out. Pretty hard.
Yeah. You ever fly carrier?
Years ago.
Yeah.
Not competitively, but I flew carrier airplane.
Yeah.
I flew some rat race too. I got a story about, they were talking crazy stories. I had a scat rat with a torpedo 40 on it, and I had built it. And we went, I think it was Gordon would talk about altitude. We went to Dinky Creek, which was in the high Sierras.
Okay.
We're up there, got to be, 12,000 feet.
Okay.
Whatever the hell it is, up out of Ojai. Anyway, Rob Gow, which is a kid that I modeled with, he came with us on camping. This is a family outing. And I brought that airplane up there. And you talk about no lift at altitude. That airplane had zero lift. It ran around on the deck, and I whipped it up and got it in the air and crashed into a tree. Step back. But you got to think about this. It's a quiet in the mountains camp area. Everybody's camping. Everything's silent. You can hear a pin drop there, and you start up that screaming torpedo 40. Whee! Let it go. Bam!
So much for the peace and quiet.
Oh, yeah.
Well, guys, I'm gonna have to leave you. Y'all be careful. Have a great weekend. We'll see you Monday, I hope.
Yes, thank you for coming in, Phil. Appreciate it.
Yeah, we'll hope to have some flying stories from Monday. Take care now.
All right, take care.
Stay warm.
Good night.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, I probably should end the live stream because I think the show has kind of run to its end, and it's about 8:34 out here. So we've had let me see, at the height of our show, we had 32 viewers. Thank you very much. And we end up with 21 likes. Hopefully you come back Monday this weekend. We have a chance to hopefully do some flying, work in your shop, and come back Monday and tell us all about it. So until then, fair winds and tight lines.